What's going on? Welcome to Black Women Stemming. I'm Moriah.
And I'm Dre.
We're two best friends navigating our STEM careers and life in our almost 30s.
We sit down every other week to discuss our STEM careers, highlight some badass women in STEM, and laugh a lot along the way.
You ready?
No, are you ready?
Let's go.
Hey, girl.
Hey.
What's up with you?
Not much, honestly. Work. School.
That's it. Same old quarantine.
Yeah.
So, it's not even important how I am because I really want to ask you something.
What?
Have you seen the movie Black Box?
Black Box?
It just came out. It's
you
on
know
Amazon
I ain't
Prime.
seen it.
I mean, I seen it. It's not like it's impossible.
No, I ain't seen it. What's it about?
So, I'm not going to tell you.
Okay.
But just watch it.
I just said the category.
Thriller, suspense. It's kind of like thriller. I would say thriller.
All right, I might check it out.
Kind of like a sci-fi thriller, but it's so good.
Well, if you like sci-fi, you should watch Lovecraft Country on HBO.
Oh, I don't have HBO though.
Yeah, me either. But somebody in your family did.
Oh yeah, I'll find that out. So, girl, what are we talking about today?
So today we're talking about the WTF moments.
WTF. I have a few.
Me too.
But the crazy thing is, I actually had to get my boyfriend like, do you remember any crazy stories I told you about work? And he knew more stories than me.
How you don't remember and it happened to you?
Girl, I'm forgetful. But I talk a lot. So everybody else is going to know. I'm just going to forget.
Yeah. No lie. I'm like, dang, did I have any WTF moments? But I feel like I have.
You did.
But I just don't remember them all. But we gonna get down to the nitty gritty today.
So do you want to start first? Or should I start first?
All right, I'll go.
Okay, you tell your first one.
All right, so my first one at one of my jobs, I had a coworker, because mind you, I like to switch up my hair color sometimes, even though I'm in like the IT round. Like I've seen people walk around my office with purple, blue hair, all that stuff. So anyway, I switch up my hair colors. Not nothing wild, maybe like some highlights or something. I had a coworker ask me, did I spin a wheel of colors to choose the next hair color?
Hashtag disrespectful.
Exactly.
Disrespect.
To choose my next hair
but
color.
What was your response though?
I think I really stood there and looked at him,
girl,
to contemplate what I could say out my mouth. Because mind you, I was still on probation. So, I couldn't say what I really wanted to say.
You got to hold your tongue.
I was like, what? He said, no, I'm not trying to be rude, but you just change your hair, and I'm just trying to figure out if it's like something that you want or you're just trying new things, what? And I'm just like, because I like what I do with my head, and
like,
that's what I choose. Spin a freaking wheel, yo.
Girl.
Tripping.
Sometimes you just got to give them the death stare, like, really?
I did.
Really?
That's probably why he did that. No. You know how they, no.
Like,
let me correct it.
Literally for as long as you can, just stare at them in the face like, you dumb.
Walk away.
Exactly. Walk away. Okay, girl.
All right, what's yours?
So since we're starting with the crazy work stories, right? So this is a story. I think I actually told you this before. So I went in to interview for this job, right? I had wanted this job for a very, very long time. So the fact that I finally got an interview, I was like so excited.
Right.
So I'm going through the interview and I'm killing it. I'm like, oh, we're vibing. She likes me. I like her. The place is cute. I'm like, I want this job. So then she's like, well, let me tell you a little bit about our company. When they get to that part, that means like they probably like you. Right. They're trying to sell the job to you.
Right.
So then she starts talking about insurance, health insurance. And at this time, I'm like 20, 21. I don't know. I'm really young. I'm still in my mama's insurance, basically. So she's telling me about health insurance. I don't really care.
Because I'm still in my mama's.
I'm still in my mama's insurance. So that's when she's like, oh, yeah, we have really good health insurance, like for families, if you have any children. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And that's when she's like, yeah, like if you have children, it's really good. Okay.
How many times you gonna say it?
I'll tell you. She said it 7 times.
Oh my God!
It was the reason why I remember is because she asked, like she said it so many times that I text my boyfriend afterwards, like I don't think I want this job anymore. Yeah. Because she made me uncomfortable. Like that was such a weird thing to do. It's a stereotype. She literally was like, "So, do you have kids?" And I was like, "Oh no, I don't." And that's when she was like, "Oh, okay. So like you don't have any kids?"
What part of no from the first no did you not understand?
I think I would know if I shot something out of my thing.
Like,
I would know if I had children.
You think I'm lying?
And if I told you the first time that I didn't have kids,
what's going to be the same answer the second, the
unless
third,
I just
the
delivered
fifth.
a child between the first time you asked
that
me
you don't remember
and the second time you asked me. No, I don't have any children. True, I honestly wouldn't mind if you just asked if I had children.
But it's the 6th, 7th time.
The 7th time is the issue, because now it's like, okay.
I feel like the 3rd time would have been my problem.
The 2nd time is really the issue, because I don't mind. You can pretty much ask me anything as long as you're not being weird about stuff.
Right.
I'll tell you most things, but like, don't keep asking me the same question, because now you're saying, girl, I know you got kids.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like, stop lying. You know you had a kid when you was 16.
Right. Which is, look,
it's nothing wrong with that.
But the thing is, if I told you I didn't, lady.
Exactly. All right, let's see another WTF moment. So I was on a work trip, and it turned into like over a week. So, of course, on the weekends, we're off. So, we could do, explore a little bit, blah, blah, blah. So, we got together for dinner with me and my coworkers. Mind you, I will say I was the only black person there. And I was the only female there. So, I'm the only black female on this project or whatever. And we're sitting at dinner, just having a conversation, just talking about different things. And I think we landed on like a topic about movies and stuff like that. And one of my coworkers, for some reason, couldn't think of the name of an actor. And then he turns to me.
What do you say?
And he was like, Moriah, you know who I'm talking about, right? Because he was black. The actor was black.
Right.
And I looked at him and I was like, are you asking me that because I'm black? And he's black? So I'm supposed to know?
Yeah.
And everybody was like, and I was just like looking at him like, what?
Girl.
And then he was like, oh, no, that's not what I said. Well, you turned and looked at me.
Yeah.
And I am the only black person here. So in my mind, like, how am I supposed to interpret that?
Right.
You want to know if the only black girl at the table know the black actor
am
that
I black
you speaking
Google?
of.
Do I look like black Google? Yeah, I know what you mean. I feel like either like racial interactions at work are either like
awkward,
really bad, or like super lighthearted. Because I've had experiences at a place where I worked before where like a lot of like stuff about my hair came up, but it was never offensive. You know what I mean? It was like older white men. Obviously, most of the time I'm gonna work with older white men, right?
Right.
So like I had like this. I swear this was a month where I had like twist. I had a fro. I had my hair flat. I was like, girl, I did everything. And the older guy was like, "Oh, I like this hairstyle." He was like, "You're always switching up your hairstyle." Sometimes I wonder when we come to the meeting, like, I wonder what hairstyle she's gonna have. And I didn't mind that because it was funny. Like, I was switching my hairstyle up a lot. Yeah. But a lot of times I think white people aren't as used to it because, like, for black women, it's strange to have the same hairstyle all the time.
And our hair is curly. And it's always like, we'll do a protective style with a quickness. And they'll be like, oh, I want my curls to flow.
I want to feel like a whole new person next week.
I had one of my managers, I think I had braids in my head. So then I took it out that weekend. And when I came back, I had my natural hair out in like a curly mohawk. And he was like, oh my God, Moriah, I like it. But you got to tell me when you're switching it up. Oh. And I was just like, okay.
Yeah. See, sometimes it's like you can tell when someone is being malicious or when they're uncomfortable saying the thing, or like when they know it's just like, you don't need to be saying this.
Right.
But it's certain times where it's lighthearted. It's really just a cultural difference. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, this is cool. Let me, because I know my one of my old bosses. Oh my goodness, he was mean to everybody, but he was so nice to me. Right.
Oh, he liked you.
Yeah, he liked me, and because he was such a nice guy. Well, to me. And one day I had in twists like I have in my hair now, right? And he had got like a haircut, or he had a nice shirt or something. And I was like, oh, I really like your shirt. Like, I like that. Yeah. And that's when he was like, oh. And that's when he walked away and he said, Dre, I meant to tell you last week, I really liked your dreads. And I was like, they are twists, but thank you. I was like, that's not a bad thing. He just doesn't know the difference. To him, he's just like, oh, they're black.
At least they ain't come out and be like, that is so unprofessional. You need to change your hair.
He wouldn't have got cussed out because I'm a punk, y'all. But I would have thought about it for a long time, and then I would have
called HR. Excuse me.
Exactly.
No, like some of them are cool. Like one of my coworkers I'm cool with. He was like, your hair looks so soft. And this is the thing I loved. He was like, can I touch it? Oh. Thank you for asking before reaching. I appreciate that.
That's true, because black women a lot of times will just touch my hair too. And it's like, Girl, first of all, you about to make my curl frizz up. I don't mind you touching my hair.
Like, it's bad enough the air frizzes it, but come on.
Let it dry. Okay, so is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Oh my
All right,
gosh.
what's yours?
I have this story on my list, but I almost want to leave it to the end because it's so embarrassing that I'm like...
For you or for somebody else?
No, for me. It's so embarrassing.
All right, do it last.
I'll do that one last. Okay, so here's one. This is a for real WTF. I feel like this has happened to me on like 3 different occasions, right?
Uh-huh.
Basically, girl. So I'm at work, and you know, they're bringing in cakes or whatever. I don't know if it's somebody's birthday, a holiday. I don't really know, right? They brought in cakes and stuff. Somebody had already like cut up the cake. I go to get my cake, and I eat it. And I was being, you know, a little hungrier than usual.
You went back for more?
I went back for another cake. But then that's when I look at the cutting stuff, like the fork and the knife that was used to cut it. Girl, tell me why it was lipstick on it.
Ew.
It was lipstick on nothing. So that means that somebody
licked that.
Used the fork, like licked it or did whatever, and used that thing to cut the communal cake.
I would have went home for the day with a stomach ache and threw up all of that cake.
Let me tell you what the moral of that story is. Don't eat anything.
At work.
Do not eat not one thing.
You don't do potlucks?
Let me tell you something. That thing needs to be vacuum sealed with a lock on it in a box directly from the factory. I will not touch another thing. No,
let me tell you though. This is funny. So I asked my coworker. I don't know about y'all, but I cleans my chicken before. Before I eat it and cook it. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So they had brought in something. So we're known for doing potlucks, but like we have a huge building. So it's just like potlucks before COVID. Yeah. For just like our group of folks. So they'll make like the buffalo dip and different stuff like that. I'm like, y'all clean y'all chicken.
Oh. You know they did it,
and
though.
they don't clean their chicken. So I'll be like...
They're probably, what do you mean clean the chicken?
You don't clean your chicken with nothing?
Girl, you know Dr. Oz had a whole thing on the Breakfast Club where he was explaining why you don't need to clean the chicken and everybody.
And they was using all the... You don't need to. It's going on the grill. It's going to kill all the bacteria.
All the black people in unison were like, no.
We cleans our meat. We cleans our veggies. We clean anything that we about to eat. If we being honest. My coworker will give me the blues. He like, we go out to eat in a restaurant. He like, Moriah, did they clean their chicken? I'm like, don't do that. Look, I don't want to know that right now.
Exactly.
Because I'm out eating. I would like to hope they did all the sanitary procedures in the bag.
But you never know nowadays.
But don't tell me.
Girl.
Because now in my head, I'm like, so I guess you can classify this as a WTF. So at one of my old jobs.
I can tell by the way that you're smiling that it's about to be juicy.
So one of my old jobs, mind you, I was kind of new to like not the job scene, but I guess like the real IT job scene. So I'm going into a job where I'm just expecting certain things to be structured and, you know, business like. No, it was a hot ghetto mess.
Aww.
Hot ghetto mess.
I'm so glad I never had one of them jobs, but go ahead.
But it's fun. Yo, I lied to you not.
It's fun.
It was fun and entertaining.
I like to do rest stuff with my friends.
At work. I lie to you not, it was fun. Like, you know, certain things get on your nerves. But it was fun because I told somebody, I was like, you know how like Housewives of Atlanta and what's the other one? You know all them like
Love and Hip Hop and
stuff?
Stuff?
Love and Hip Hop. I said, y'all, you should do one here. That is
ridiculous.
Juicy.
That you can say that about a job.
So juicy, yes. Because everybody was sleeping with everybody. Mind you, they're married. Oh my gosh. And just out in the open with it. And I'm just like, so y'all don't care about y'all wives and husbands at home?
That is one thing. Exactly.
Like y'all come to the Christmas banquet with y'all spouses. Like
exactly. Like you don't personally know that person.
But you know, let me tell you why they slick with it.
Why?
Because most of the time it's two married folks cheating with each other. Yep. So they both got something to lose.
Exactly. So then you know the other person's gonna keep their mouth shut.
You know they're gonna keep their mouth shut.
That is crazy.
And I was just like, y'all too old for that. Like they wasn't like me, like in my 20s and stuff. They like 40, 50, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so messy.
That is definitely one thing I miss about working at like bigger companies. It's so much more mess. Like the little rumors and the gossip. People like, oh, he did what?
But people not gonna be but so, you know, talkative. Like, they'll talk to each other because they want to keep seeing the juice go. So why are we gonna sit up there and let you know that I know?
Fun.
Yeah, because I want to see what's gonna hop off. They be in the bathroom. They be going to parks. They be doing something wild. And I used to be like,
girl,
here? Really?
Yeah, really?
Now, don't get you wrong. I met some really nice people there. You know what
obviously.
I'm saying? Like, lifelong people. But others, I was just like... And,
I mean, you know, if they got away with it, they felt like, you know, it's a typical thing that happens. What's the big deal?
Yeah, until HR get involved.
Yeah, that makes things a little messy.
And then it get messy.
I would say
now I'm about to break up with my side chick. Oh, really?
Oh, my God.
HR?
My side chick who is my...
employee.
My employee.
HR. Yeah, give me some coins. I've been harassed.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. I'm coming up on my last story.
All right, you can end this out.
Oh, my God. This embarrassing story is going to end it. All right.
It is. That's why it's last, because it's the best. Listen,
this is super embarrassing, guys. So, I'm a structural engineer. We do calculations design. That's what we do.
Yeah.
So, I went on an interview, and, you know, most interviews are completely typical. They ask you, like, what kind of projects have you worked on? How long have you been working? Really standard stuff, right? So I got to this interview, and the interview was supposed to be like at 3:30. I didn't see this guy until like almost 5 o'clock. Dang. Right? Winter time, so it's starting to get dark. It was downtown, and I had parked like blocks away. So I'm thinking, oh my, I'm gonna have to walk in the dark.
Nah, girl, that's where you Uber.
By myself to this parking lot. So I'm so distracted, right? And then I had been sitting there waiting for him, so I was holding my... I had not peed. So I was holding my pee this whole time. So then when we do the interview, he is so long-winded. Wonderful guy, but he was talking for so long. So by the time we got to the interview, it had to be like 7 o'clock at night.
Oh, my God.
No interview should take like 2 hours. It was... When I tell you, it was insane, right?
What happened?
But then we get to the end of the interview. He says, before we go, I want to see if you can do this, right? Now, if anybody knows me, you will know I'm a very smart person. But anytime you ask me a math question on the spot, my brain is going to
go blank.
It's going to go blank. The nerves. And I don't even know why, because I'm really good at math. I'm really good at design. I can do the calcs in my sleep.
So what did he actually do?
He was like, could you just do this calculation? Could you design this beam for me really quick?
In the interview?
In the interview. They never.
I've never had that before.
They never do that. You never get those kinds of questions on an interview.
So what happened?
When I tell you I froze, I couldn't do it.
Oh.
I was so, oh my God, my face, I can feel it right now. Like, I was so embarrassed. I was like,
Audrey.
Girl. It was the worst thing that has ever happened to me in my entire career. And I was literally like, I can't do it. Like, I literally was just like, I can't do it. Because, like, I got so overwhelmed that I was just like,
We all get jitters, though. I hate interviewing. I swear, for my current job, if my boss wasn't so freaking cool and she made the interview just so... chills,
girl. But that's another thing. Interviews. That's another thing.
Especially panelists interviews. Oh my God.
But normally I get nervous for interviews, obviously. But that's not a typical thing for it. Even for structural engineering.
You've never had that done?
I've been on
maybe he was about to hire you on the spot if you had got it right.
No, that's not what it was. Like this, when I tell you, it was literally the simplest, girl. It was literally like if somebody was like, Moriah, what's 4 + 2? Like in terms of structural engineering, that's how simple it was. But something in my brain was just like...
That was just God's way of not...
I didn't need to be there.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I said. I was like, I'm not supposed to be there.
Honestly, it was a sign.
But yeah.
Because who does that?
Who?
Because anyway, when you go on the job, you're going to have on-the-job training anyway.
Exactly. Well, not even just that.
He probably already knew who he wanted to hire for the position, and that was probably their way of singling out people.
But believe me, it's no sweat off my back. I definitely was like, I'll never be unprepared that way.
Because you're where you want to be.
Yeah, I'm where I want to be. I mean, for the most part. But you know what I'm saying. Went home, and I was talking to my boyfriend. I was like, he asked me this thing, babe. And when I tell you I couldn't do it, like, I was so flustered that I literally just froze and told him no. Like,
I because you had to use bathroom.
That too, and I was holding my pee. It was late. I was already tired of talking to him. We had been talking for 2 hours. Mind you, he already came an hour late. It was ridiculous.
An interview should never be that long.
But
if you ain't offering me that job right then and there, girl, I wish somebody would have me there for 2 hours.
But either way, I was
it's like you're doing your dissertation.
I was so embarrassed that I literally was like, babe, Just let me do it for you so you can know I know how to do it. I was just nervous, and I literally just sat there and did it for like, it took me like 60 seconds to do the whole thing. And I was like, oh.
It wasn't for you. The company just was not for you. It wasn't for me.
But, oh, God.
Because you could have been acing that interview, and if you would have like aced that question,
I did.
He probably would have offered you that job.
The entire interview was amazing, except for literally.
And God probably like, girl, you don't need to go here. Let me just go ahead and block your brain waves real quick.
Girl. That was like the definition of a brain fart. That was so embarrassing. I cannot believe I told y'all that.
Well, now we all know.
Yeah.
And we all been there. Some people are just brave to tell theirs, unlike others. I feel like we've all had those interview, situations where you just feel stupid.
Girl, I'm normally like...
But I'll be like, honestly, I just be like... I be nervous before interviews, too.
Yeah, I'm always nervous before
But it's just like, if I don't know it, I ain't going to sit here up here and sugarcoat you. I don't know it.
Yeah,
and I might know it later, but I don't know it right there.
I didn't know it. I think that's the thing that was killing me is like, don't you know in your head, you're like, I know this. Just talk. Yeah. Just say the thing. And my brain was like, nope. But like you said, it was for the better. That's what I learned in life. Like sometimes you get pushed in the way that you're supposed
to go.
Exactly.
Yeah. Stuff happens.
But you know what time it is?
I do.
No, you don't. What time is it?
I do.
What time is it?
It is the STEM Women of
the Day. Oh, yeah.
This week, I decided to go the engineering route.
Ooh. That's my neck of the woods.
It is. So, this week's STEM Women of the Day is Dr. April Erickson Jackson. And she...
2 last names.
2. And you heard the doctor in the front.
Doctor...
Right? I'm going to tell you why this amazing woman is the STEM Woman of the Day. She is the first African-American female to receive a PhD in mechanical engineering from Howard University.
I was actually very surprised when you told me that. This woman is a fairly young woman, and to be the first Black woman to have received that PhD in such a recent time, it's like, wow, that's why we need more people in the space. Yes. She shouldn't have been the first. It's amazing that she was, though.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's super cool.
And she's also the first African-American female to receive a PhD in engineering at NASA.
But what does that mean, though?
I'm not sure, because I feel like I didn't even know NASA gave out PhDs, to be honest with you.
We'll do some more research on that.
Yeah,
we'll put it.
But anyway, she's still the first.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. So she started her career in NASA as an aerospace engineer in the robotics group. But soon after, she transferred to their guidance, navigation, and control discipline.
That's really, really cool.
It is.
And then I know you said that one of her projects now, she's basically working on something that's fighting global warming, which is really, really cool.
Yeah, and which is something that we need done right now. So she's working as the acting IM for ice, cloud, and land elevation satellite. Which is really, really cool. Worth $240 million.
Ooh.
Like, can you imagine being in control of that much money?
Machine. You should see the way I get with my iPhone around water.
So, for 30 minutes, only 30 minutes, can you leave it?
Really? Not mine.
Well, which one you had?
I have the 6 Plus.
Oh no, the girl, you.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I can't do it at all.
Yeah, agree.
That's disrespectful. But she's doing big things.
She's dope, but
what?
Since we are both HBCU graduates, she is also an adjunct professor in engineering and mathematics at Howard and at my alma mater, Bowie State University.
Bowie State University.
I never knew that, but I'm a techie person, so I wouldn't know the engineering.
Yeah, the engineering teachers and stuff like that.
So I thought that was cool, especially since it's like so close to home.
Yeah. What's even cooler is that she could have taught anywhere.
Yeah.
She really could have taught anywhere because she's obviously like very accomplished.
Yeah.
She's super smart, and she decided to go back to the school that gave stuff to her. And,
and others.
And other HBCUs where she says, let me give back to my people.
Right.
I always think that's amazing. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, me too. Which is why I'm going the route that I'm going.
Exactly.
Gotta get the kids.
So,
So she's been acknowledged with a lot of awards, specifically with an award from the National Technical Association, where she was amongst the top 50 minority women in science and engineering.
That is so badass.
Can't you see us up there one day?
One day.
In the future.
One day. She is a badass woman in
she
STEM.
Is.
I gotta say,
and
I'm impressed.
Recent. Like,
we could probably email her.
Right now.
We probably
could. Can we get a interview, please?
Oh my gosh.
You gonna do it?
I'm gonna do it. Listen, everybody listening, I'm gonna just gather up all of my strength and not be nervous, and I'm gonna reach out to her and ask her if she can be one of our badass STEM women.
Yes.
Of an episode, yeah.
So we can find out more information, since we do want to know what the whole PhD and NASA is about.
I'm gonna send her this episode.
Are you?
Yes.
Good.
I think that'll work.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
It is.
Oh my gosh, that's a bucket list thing for us. If we can get some of the badass women we feature on an episode to come back and interview,
that would be dope.
Listen, y'all.
But kudos to Dr.
Yeah,
Jackson.
kudos to her. She's amazing. What an inspiration. If you guys want her on the show, go to our Instagram, comment under the post for this episode, and maybe let's see if if she has social media, we can tag her and get a bunch of people to tag her.
It would be super dope.
Yes.
And our Instagram is blackwomensteming @blackwomensteming.
Yes, just like the podcast.
But yeah, she is an amazing individual and
super inspirational
role model to a lot of black women today in our field.
Definitely to me.
Yeah, me too.
So guys, I think that does it for us.
Yeah.
I mean, this was a super fun episode.
I liked it.
Who would have
known we had all these WTF moments though?
Girl, and many more WTF moments to come because they never end.
And we're in this career for a long haul.
For the long haul. So we'll do another edition once we get a good
when we get
amount.
Older.
Yeah, a good amount.
Check back in like 6 months. It's gonna be some more piled up.
There'll be probably crazier ones.
But thanks for tuning in, and we hope you guys tune in for our next and our many more episodes to come.
Yes. See ya.
See ya.